Det furet, langt og værbitt landet vårt. Uregjerlig og forblåst reiser det seg fra havet, og gir lyd til oss trassige sjeler som klynger oss sammen her oppe, i viker og bukter, fjell og daler. Her temmer vi landet, står imot stormen og bygger selvbilde og lagånd gjennom samhold, fellesskap, sorg og glede. Det her ballen begynner å rulle. Det her de første spark tas og grunnlaget legges. For en guttepjokk og ei småjente lærer seg kunsten å motta og effekten av å sende ballen videre. Først forsiktig, nølende, litt motvillig. Så selvsikkert og trygt, til bevegelsen framstår som en, vokser sammen med andre og brer seg videre til den topper seg som en bølge som samler det hele. Og gir oss navnet vi elsker. Norge. Norge stemmer vi i. Ikke fordi vi tror vi best og kan overvinne alle. Dit det langt, og kanskje klarer vi det aldri. Men troen og håpet kan ingen ta fra oss, og motet til å stå han av, slik vi alltid har gjort, selv i nederlag og motgang. Vi kommer alltid tilbake, som sol etter regn, og støtter trofast dem som kjemper for oss, fordi vi elsker landet vårt, og vi elsker fotball.
Pretty lucky, aren't we, that we're in this situation? We work in this so-called industry as well, which the one thing that hasn't been affected is video games. So we've been able to play FIFA.
Hei alle sammen, velkommen til sending. En litt annerledes sending enn hva vi pleier å ha. Nå vi inne på streamen til FIFA, så vi lar det være opp til disse flotte menneskene her og lede dere gjennom denne kvelden. Det altså Andreas Bakken som skal ut i kamp om drøye 25 minutter mot Danmark. Så kos dere. Så snakkes vi.
Yeah, so I've got 5 packs next to me, shortbread fingers. If you want to pick it up, call me.
Well, I mean, you see, it's not the biggest selling point though. They're out of date.
Yeah, they're out of date. They went out of date in November, but we move. Beggars can't be choosers.
I love that it takes a global pandemic to make you hoover your house, though.
Yeah, it does.
Amazing.
We know that now.
We know that now. It's hoovered, it's clean, and he's got shortbread. That's all that matters. But we're all at home, and we're obviously not the only ones at home. Globally, everyone's at home as well, and a lot of our FIFA Pro players are at home too. This is what they've been up to.
Hey guys, Jeffrey here from Borussia Esports. In the background you see my gaming setup is ready to play around FIFA. The main message for you is please stay at home. Best wishes from Borussia and me. Have a good day.
There is a lot of stuff to do at home, like playing video games, playing FIFA, creating content, streaming, a lot of stuff. And also you can kill your Ethernet cable by putting it in the wrong space. One of the things I'm doing a lot is streaming FIFA. So I keep playing so I can have fun, and also the people can have fun too, and we are there. So you can see all the people waiting for the live, and yeah. Another day at home means another day of FIFA, another day of editing, streaming, and a lot of stuff like that. So now I will be editing a video, and then I think I will be streaming, and then I have an interview, I think. And then we go again with the stream. So I keep streaming every day, every minute, every second of my life. And then maybe tonight I will have a video chat with my friends, and we'll play some like board games. I don't know. Contact lens is on now. It's time for an interview with Surfer, that is one of the Italian rappers. And the one funny thing is that a lot of things didn't change in this period, like the fact that I'm always late.
Hey guys, it's Patacon here. I've been told to show my setup to you guys, but before this I just want to say to stay safe, stay at home, because it's important right now. I know that it's not the easiest thing to do, but it's important, so stay safe because it will be better for our future. So guys, this is a quick tour. I have these two monitors. This one I use to actually play the games, and this one for stream stuff. There you are. So I also have like good keyboard and mouse because I like to play other games. There are my trophies and stuff, my controller, and yeah, this is pretty much what it is. I hope you all enjoyed, and remember to stay safe and stay home, okay? Thank you.
Right now I'm just, using this time to watch the best gameplay in the world online. That's the best part about FIFA. You can, even though you are staying at home, you can still play it. So it's important for you to keep practicing. And also, I have a board in which I can, analyze my gameplay, analyze other people's gameplay. So, it's a perfect time for you to grind. It's time to grind. So, I hope you are all staying safe. I hope you respect the quarantine and, best wishes. And I hope you all stay safe. See you. Adiós.
Meu favorito e essencial ao jogar FIFA é meu controle, meu videogame e o meu monitor.
Hello everyone, my name is Rafif. I'm a player for eNations Esports, and I'm home right now. Everyone is home right now. It's important. It's important for all of us to be home in quarantine to win this game, win this battle against the coronavirus. Stay home, everyone. I want to show you my setup. Here are my trophies. Here are Brazil playing in the World Cup 2002 finals. This is my setup. I'm doing live stream right now. You can see all the guys sending their hearts here. Thank you everyone, and remember, stay home.
Hey guys, it's Rami from Egypt. Hope you're fine and safe. Also, I'm playing FIFA right now as usual. I'm streaming 3 to 4 times per week. And that made me try some new players, Didier Drogba and Michael Essien, the African legends. Please stay at home as much as you can. I know it's different, home activities are different, but still I managed to do some workouts, push-ups, jumping rope, some crunches. Do whatever you do, but please stay at home and be safe.
Looks like everyone's working out and live streaming. I think live streaming is obviously a big thing right now, more than ever before. Spence, you're our sort of branding king. I wanted to know, what kind of advice did you give the hashtag boys of how to make this an opportunity?
Yeah, obviously it's not a situation that anyone wants to be in, but there is an ability to potentially make the most of it and, and not sit and be idle throughout it. And I think we had a sit down when we kind of first started to realize what was going on. And we talked about the fact that obviously streaming is an option and making content and, still staying fresh, staying good at the game that you work on and competitively ready for what we don't know when it's going to come back. Obviously, we're going to talk about that later today, but being as an athlete, essentially, or as an esports competitor, being ready to compete, but also being able to make that sort of light-hearted content with your audience and interact with them. So I don't think any of these, I think it's important to stress that none of these guys are, well, some of them are, but mostly they're not streamers first. They're competitive guys who right now, and we're going to get on to talk about this with Megabit, aren't able to do the thing that they are most good at, maybe, or most used to, or most want to focus on. But I think that maybe, or most used to, or most want to these guys who are making the most of their situation and finding ways to adapt.
Exactly. Well, you mentioned Megabit. I think it's perfect to bring him in now. Megabit, are you there? 3-time virtual Bundesliga champion. Hello. Good to speak to you. How are you doing, my friend? How's lockdown treating you?
Thanks for having me. I'm fine. Hopefully you are all as well. Actually, I already heard you are here since the beginning. Yes, lockdown for me it's obviously crazy times. You have to change your whole life around. It's more about home office and actually staying at home than as for the last 2 years when FIFA became really professional. It was all about traveling all around the world, in Germany, throughout the world. So now it's all fine in place at home. but luckily we as an online game still have opportunities to work on.
And are you with family, with friends? Whereabouts are you isolating?
The thing is, my family lives 500 kilometers away from me in Bavaria. I live in Bochum right now in Germany. Obviously, I'm here since 2.5 years, so I have friends all around. But most of them, they are studying and they aren't living here except for their studies. So right now, no one studies and they are not here. So sometimes it's obviously a bit lonely. I still have a few friends I can meet sometimes, and otherwise it's all about Skyping, Discord or Zoom, whatever.
Bence, take it away. I know you have some questions for Megabit.
Yes, indeed. Megabit, again, thanks for joining us, mate. I'd love to pick your brains a little bit about this situation we all find ourselves in. So it's important to stress, first of all, the only thing we do know about the competitive season is that it's suspended. Okay, anything else we're going to talk about or kind of a toss up between us is just hypothetical. Okay, we don't know. There's no official party line apart from that it's been suspended. But with that in mind, I want to find out what it's been like to be a professional player during this time. So first off, mate, what was it like when you found out? What was your initial reaction that the season, and it was kind of gradual, wasn't it? One competition was suspended, then it was a few more, and you started to realize this is quite serious.
Actually, it was not as big of a surprise as I thought it would. At the end of February, I won the Virtual Bundesliga Club Championship, and it was an offline event, found place in Munich. So I traveled from Bochum to Munich by plane, and yeah, that was actually the first time where some people had masks on, and there were some suspicious looks when you had to cough or something. So I knew, okay, this is not normal, and it will probably get worse. And afterwards, I actually wanted to celebrate with a few friends of mine that actually come from my hometown in Bavaria. So 1 week after winning the club championship, they visited me. And that was basically the last weekend where you could do whatever you want. And yeah, it was the same weekend where I heard FUT Champions Cup 6 or 5 was it back then in Bucharest got suspended. And yeah, I had one more time when I traveled to Bremen, and that was the day when Germany officially announced like there won't be any big events anymore. So from that moment on, I knew it's only a matter of time when the whole competitive season gets suspended, because it's an international problem. Right now, probably you can only do and think about alternatives on a national level, I would say, online, but obviously for World Cup and something, it's pretty difficult with connection stuff. So yeah, it's kind of the difficult thing, what to think will be the next steps. But obviously it's all about health first, no matter physical or mental, we have to take care of that. And that's more important than playing FIFA or actually entertaining people through competitive FIFA.
Yeah, 100%. Obviously, we echo that we all understand that health must come first, and certainly no one's suggesting any events or anything happen before it's safe to do so. For us, it was the same. You know, we were all together, a lot of the guys on this stream in Italy for the last event there, and obviously Italy is one of the nations that was hardest hit, has been hardest hit so far with COVID-19. So it was a matter of, I think, a week really after that event that people were starting to be tested in airports and things when they came out of it. So yeah, crazy timing. What I'd love to know from you as a professional, you know, this is your livelihood, this is what you do for a living. What were the initial impacts on you individually when these events started to be postponed, and what were you thinking, you know, is going to happen next?
Obviously, nearly everything changed. You said it before, we aren't like content producers first, but more like we are competitive players first. And competitive playing is now actually not available anymore with tournaments. So it's more about producing content and only online. So before that, I had so many travel times through Germany or at events international. So that's all gone now. Obviously, we still can kind of do our thing at home. But at the same time, it's actually difficult because FIFA is like a 1v1 game, and we don't have like competitive modes with 2v2 or 3v3 where we can actually connect with each other. So I think that might be a thing that's actually even more difficult during these times. Because, for example, I prefer to play some other games, connecting with friends at the same time, which is not possible in FIFA right now.
Yeah, Pro Club's not bad for that. I've done a little bit of Pro Clubs the last few weeks. It's going to be quite fun. I would, I mean, what I'd like to talk to you about is where we think it could go from here. Again, just to clarify, all we know is the season's been suspended. But if we put a kind of hypothetical hat on, we start thinking about where it could go, and we don't know the timings. I mean, the football season we should talk about as well, because it's similar, right? We at #United have a football team, and that was one of the first things that got hit. Our season was cancelled. And in our leagues, the lower down leagues, it was declared what they call null and void, which means it essentially never happened. And that's only one instance we've seen. We've seen other leagues across the countries and the world kind of finish the seasons based on the points that have already been accrued. In Belgium, for example, they cancelled the playoff system and they just said the team that's top is going to be the champions this year, and that's how they're going to work out European qualification. I think in many cases this has all been quite premature because none of us really know when we're going back. None of us know it's going to go back to normal. So obviously we don't know what's going to happen, but if it was up to you, if you talked with friends, if you talked with other pros about how this could potentially be solved, is it a case of being solved? Is it a case of, wrapping up the season? What do you think is the safest option?
To be honest, I can't imagine like the playoffs and World Cup will find place in the way it was initially planned. And then we have obviously the big problem with connection. We have to actually, it would be maybe an alternative where players from all around the world get to maybe a few locations in Europe or something. So it won't be a connection problem. But to be honest, I don't think it can find place in the next few months. So for me, it's more a thing about, for example, same as with football. Right now, all leagues are actually thinking, okay, how can we end the National League, or what is our plans next to it? For example, like the Champions League and Europe League, I feel like no one cares about right now because leagues first. And I could imagine the same thing with FIFA. For example, the Premier League or the virtual Bundesliga, no matter whether it's connected to the global series anymore or not, I think those events could find place, even an online program. I feel like for me, it wouldn't be a problem to actually play from home against other German competitors. It wouldn't be a problem with connection, with streaming, hopefully. So there might be a few solutions, but when it comes to international events, I have no idea how this will develop in the next few months. I mean, for example, with playoffs, we're talking about 64 people on each console with probably around 30 to 40 nations each. So that's pretty much. And yeah, it's really difficult to say because we're just at the beginning of this whole thing.
Let's talk about your situation specifically, Meg, a bit. If we take a look at the rankings now, we can see where you are on Xbox. And you're actually 19th at the moment. And for those people watching that maybe aren't clued up in exactly how this works in terms of qualifying for the FIFA E World Cup that happens at the end of each game, they take the top 16 from each console. So, for example, if one eventuality could be that the top 16 were to get taken as they currently are, without the other tournaments happening, this would see you miss out. And obviously that would be quite a shame for you. You've worked hard throughout the year to try and get a chance to get in this top 16. But obviously that could be one eventuality that might have to be happened. And I think objectively, would you agree that that would be better, for example, than not having a World Cup?
It's a difficult question. Obviously, I'm kind of subjective there. But I wouldn't have a problem if it's top 16 if there's no other choice apart from that. Only thing is, like, I remember back when my last event, it was in January at the Third Foot Champions Cup. Obviously, I didn't have like the win or go home feelings there. It was just that event, but obviously not the thinking of the whole season. I was like, okay, there might be Nations Cup, there might be the virtual Bundesliga for me, playoffs, another few Foot Champions Cups, and yeah, I have so many opportunities left to actually get those points. And now it's a complete different situation. And for me, I feel like I had enough chances to get in those top 16. For me, it's not my best FIFA. I'm not used to the game style that is probably the most effective this year with holding the ball. But yeah, I actually could live with it, probably also because I already won a championship, which is probably right now.
You won loads of championships. Look at the trophies you got behind you.
But this season, this year.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was, of course, for me, that was actually mind-changing for the whole season. Like winning that, I was like, okay, this is not my best FIFA. I could live with me not being at World Cup once, maybe. And now with the pandemic as well, to be honest, I don't have those competitive vibes right now. Like my head is there to play FIFA, obviously, but it's not like, okay, I can fully focus now and forgetting what's happening all around the world.
It's great insight, Megabit. Really appreciate it. There's no right or wrong answer. No one knows. And I definitely empathize with the people that have got to make the decisions at the higher up end of things, because there is no way to please everyone. It's a really tricky situation. But thank you for joining us, mate. Best of luck. Stay safe.
Thanks for having me.
See you soon.
Stay safe. Stay healthy.
Thank you, Megabit. What an insight. Thank you, Spence. That was awesome. I found really interesting him also mentioning that it's obviously not just the gaming part, but the traveling and going around the world and everything else that you experience in that career. Guys, you obviously all travel as well in doing that. Mark, what do you miss most?
I mean, firstly, that was an amazing insight from Megabit. I got to give him a huge shout out for, his objectiveness and, his bigger picture that he's seeing at the moment. I think a lot of players and a lot of people kind of would get bogged down in the fact that, they just want to compete and the World Cup and they work so hard, etc. But shout out to him and his sort of mature head that he's got on him to see the bigger picture. So great stuff from Megabit. But I mean, for me, I'm obviously missing the traveling. I'm missing the opportunity to watch these players and the best in the world do what they do. That's why I love doing what I do. The opportunity to, commentate over people who are at the top of their game in such an elite class is an amazing thing. So that's obviously devastating personally, but I feel for the players, to be honest with you, more than anyone, more than any of us, just because of the fact that they are the ones who are putting in insane amount of hours, hard yards, going through these incredibly, turmoil filled online qualifiers just to have the opportunity to reach these tournaments and travel the world. And I sympathize with them. But as, Megabit and Spencer were saying perfectly, there is no obvious solution to it at the moment. And it's just a case of, we have to look after ourselves and just do what we can do to get by at the moment.
We'll be hearing more from Megabit tomorrow. He'll be playing in one of our friendlies, so we'll be seeing more from him tomorrow. Make sure you're watching then. We've still got a Scandinavian rivalry, an all-Latin American battle coming up, and another interview with Akin Fenwa as well after this short break. Yes, hallo folkens. Da er det kun 30 sekunder til vi forhåpentligvis får Andreas Bakken på kamera. Og det er viktig å ha tacoen på plass. Og Andreas Bakken får en tøff utfordring når han møter Fredberg på Danmark. Så dette blir spennende. Bare heng med, folkens. Kommenteringen overlater vi til Brandon Smith og Richard Buckley. Welcome back to the FIFA eFriendlies home show. I'm Layla. I'm joined by Spencer, Dan, Mark, Brandon, and Richard. We've just had Megabit on the show. I hope you didn't miss it because we absolutely loved it. Dan, what did you think? He was deep.
He was indeed. I was very impressed he hadn't committed to a quarantine haircut yet as well. I've seen a lot of people, they're going for just the buzz of the one. I know #Tom, he even did it for charity as well, cut all his hair off. But I like what he was saying about, like, he doesn't worry too much about this season now. Like, he is a phenomenal FIFA player. He's done well in 17, 18, 19, yada, yada, yada. But he can then look back at FIFA 20 and say, well, look at what happened. We had a global pandemic. It's a pretty good excuse to kind of put that season to bed and then say, let's move on to FIFA 21, FIFA 22. So I think that he's a phenomenal player. He had an amazing interview there. Maybe we should look at the haircut situation. I'm feeling the same as well. Any recommendations of, like,
go for the number one,
haircuts?
Dan.
I would love to know.
Number one.
Mark's been preparing for this for years.
I've known
He's
about
ready.
this for a while. This is what it's all about. Yeah, just get the clippers out. Get it done, mate. Get it off.
Richard,
Not
you
sure
got
I
any
feel.
haircutting tip?
Does
it look like he does?
Love it. Listen, we've had some friends. Oh, go ahead. Did you go?
I was
Tell
going
me
to
the
say,
tip.
little interesting fact that Richard, like, he never normally has a razor on his hair. It's just clippers only. That's how he gets it that nice and curly.
That's how he does it. Good to know. Good to know. Well, we've had loads of friendlies happening over the last couple of days. I hope you haven't missed them. But if you have, here's what you might have missed.
Well, we saw a number of eNations Stay-and-Play Friendlies take place this week. The first one saw Norway take on Denmark. This is Denmark's fourth goal in a very impressive 4-1 win.
Fantastic game there, Brandon. We got a South American clash between Brazil and Colombia. Brazil running out 3-0 victors in the end. The pick of the bunch, that goal from Zizinho from a free kick.
And the action didn't stop there. We go back over to Europe where we saw Germany, very strong nation when it comes to FIFA esports, up against Austria. 5-2 victory it was there. You can see Coach Benedikt Sauser on the screen, and Megabit put in the sword to Austria. That was to get the goal back.
Another interesting game here between two European countries. Russia beating Finland 4-0. This goal coming just on the stroke of the 90th minute. A fantastic strike from the edge of the box to make it 4.
We were able to see a handful of goals in this one. 8 goals in total between Malta and Portugal. This was Portugal's equaliser early on. This is Diogo Jota as well. Professional footballer in action of Wolverhampton Wanderers. Ronaldo getting the goal there, but unfortunately it all went downhill in the end, and Malta snaps that win 5-3.
Japan versus Malaysia here. Japan come out with a 4-3 victory in the end against Malaysia. They took a couple of early goals here. James Maddison playing for Leicester as Malaysia not in FIFA 20. 4-3 win in the end for Japan.
And probably our most comfortable win of these eNations Stay-and-Play Friendlies. Israel, 8-0 win. This is Dabur as well. Professional footballer. Another one of those that seems to be incredibly good on the sticks. 8 goals in total. Unfortunately, no way into this Romanian side.
USA going rampant here. 6-1 victory against Brazil. They're actually 1-0 down as well. They got a goal back there to make it 1 apiece, and then an absolute masterclass from the USA. Christian Pulisic getting to 6th. 68 minutes into that friendly.
And we thought that Israel game was one side of the affair. This one was as well. South Africa winning 8-2 against UAE. This is number 7 they scored, and by this point, it really was game over.
Comfortable victory there for South Africa, Brandon. Our final friendly for today. Colombia up against Chile. It was a 3-0 victory for Colombia. Juan Corradado down this right-hand side, whipped into Martinez, and a comfortable 3-0 victory for Colombia.
Well, we've had some high score lines there. Rich, what's been your favourite thing? What have you enjoyed from the friendlies so far?
I've enjoyed seeing professional footballers playing FIFA. I think a lot of players, we've been surprised with how good they actually are. A couple of weeks ago, we've seen some Swedish players. Jesper Lindström springs to mind from Bromby. Also, we had the opportunity to commentate PSG's Juan Bernat last week as well. Unbelievable. He actually beat the competition winner. The person who ran through the entire competition went into Bernat in the final. Bernat beat him. He's a verified player, 28-2. So seeing the quality of some of these professional footballers really is making me a bit interested, to be honest, in seeing what they could do on Weekend League.
It is. It's been great, and you can watch more of those over on FIFA.gg. All of the friendlies will be there, and more to come. Right, so coming up next, we've got a great game: Norway versus Denmark. It's Fredberg versus Bracken, and we've got who's going to be commentating on this one, because I think we should make it a little bit more fun.
I think
You
we
guys are.
Mark's pointed
We're
to
going to pass it over. These guys. They're going to take it away.
Wait, where are all the arrows going? This is confusing.
Mark, please go, Mark.
Layla's got it.
But yeah, we're going to commentate on this one, Layla.
Perfect. So I think we should give them, Spence, I don't know what your thoughts are, give them a word to maybe squeeze into the commentary, make it a little bit more light and fun. It's a friendly, why not?
Exactly. This is what friendly football allows you to do, Layla. We used to do this back in the day in my casting days. So I've got a word for Brandon to throw in there. We're going to go with lettuce. You get the word lettuce in there, please, Brandon.
Give it a go, mate.
Well, I want more than give it a go. Also, I don't just want.
That's not the point. You can't just decide if you want it or not do it.
Exactly. I want to measure how you got it in, like the context. How did he use it? Is it? I've got my pen here because I'm going to mark you, score out of 10 for it, mate.
Yeah, we're going to judge you on this. In that case, if we're going with lettuce, I'm going to choose the next word. And in the theme of lettuce and salads, Richard, I would like you to squeeze the word hummus into your commentary today.
Good word.
Fine by me.
Yeah, fine by me. He's
Anytime.
taking it easy. All right then, guys, we'll hand it over to you.
Thank you very much, guys. And yeah, we are going to jump into our one of two friendly matches today. Of course, myself and Richard will be taking you through this. And we've got a little bit of a Scandinavian matchup here, Richard. We're looking at Fredberg up against Andreas. I think they can hear us. Wave, boys, if you can hear us. They can indeed. There you go.
Yes.
Fredberg and Andreas on the screen. And guys, how are we? You both okay?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Very well.
Awesome.
Yeah, very best of luck for this friendly. Fredberg, you feeling confident?
Yeah, of course. I'm a bit nervous, of course, but I'm used to the pressure in Brøndby.
And of course, for you, Andreas, your first time playing against Fredberg, and you did play 2 days ago. I believe Denmark played against Norway in these e-friendlies that we've been doing. You're currently 2-0 in the last time you both have matched against each other. Looking to maybe go 3-0 today, so to speak.
Yeah, I hope to get the win here, but Fredberg is a very good player, so it's going to be difficult.
Amazing. Amazing stuff, guys. Well, we won't hold you any longer. Get yourselves into the game. And as we mentioned, we're just going to be playing a best of one with the national teams. Head-to-head 85 rated mode. And Richard, as I alluded to, the last two times these teams have met in e-friendly, so to speak, where, of course, professional FIFA players from both nations have gone at it, it's actually been 2-0 in matches for Norway.
Yeah, overall, Brandon, little fact for you. Denmark have won 27 times when these two nations have matched up in real life. Drawn 8 and Norway have won 9. So Denmark winning 3 times the amount of games that Norway have won when these two nations have matched up.
Well, it's going to be Fredberg kicking from left to right in this game. Fredberg with the first chance. If you don't know, Fredberg currently sits in the Global Series rankings. A man that's had a lot of success with FIFA competitions as well. If you think back to the E-Club World Cup back in Paris, he picked up that win with Brøndby there, Richard. And if anything, he's been one of the staples in Danish FIFA. We've seen the likes of August Rosemeyer, Marl Basher, those guys be, of course, world champions in the past. But Fredberg certainly in that list of the top 5, you would say, Danish players that have been able to achieve so much.
Absolutely. If you look at his resume with Brøndby, Club World Cup, on multiple occasions with that Brøndby team. You've also got E-Superliga Championship as well, going to Team Brøndby, so he's a winner. He cultures up on the big stage. Is that red time there from Fredberg?
Obviously, still playing his FIFA at Brøndby is Fredberg. On the other side of that, Andreas involved in the E-Serien, another virtual league, currently sits 235th on the Global Series rankings, so just 23 spots between both of these two players. They've never matched up before in the competitive circuit. Chance now back to goal. This will be Fredberg if he can try and break the deadlock early on. And there's a lot of the ball in these first few minutes, just trying to struggle to find that killer ball.
Yeah, lovely play on the edge of the box with a couple of the step overs, and then that shot cannoning off of the defender. I think it's important to point out as well, we are playing like 85 rated game mode, so maximum skill moves is 3. The weak foot does scale to the players, but don't be expecting to see any elasticos, any running scoop turns. Simple FIFA.
There's a man that a lot of people have been talking about, Richard Halland, of course, up top for Norway. I believe if we are playing 85 head-to-head rated mode, forwards have about 91 pace on them, so maybe that could be something to look towards Norway. First chance of the game, and not coming to anything.
Especially with Haaland's physical stature as well. You've got to think he's one of the favourites. I remember back in the day with FIFA 12, 13, it was always the most physical teams when we used to play competitive FIFA on 85 rated game mode, was the teams that players would go for. Crystal Palace being one of the favourites, I seem to remember.
Here is Norway. Wants to defend in again. Really impressive from Fredberg so far in this game. If you have just tuned in, this is one of our 2 friendlies today. You would have seen throughout the week a number of these eNations Stay-and-Play friendlies, Richard, and as we mentioned 2 days ago, they played against each other. Fredberg actually beat Norway's player at the time, which was Rasmussen, a player that has had a lot of success for Norway, involved in the E-Serie as well. However, Norway did actually turn the tide back. They won the Pro Footballer match 4-0. And of course, if you do the maths, 5-4 in aggregate, Norway won. So just somehow snatched the win. You can hear a lot of buttons being jammed, that's for sure. Haaland now. Here's a chance.
Stinging the hands of the goalkeeper there. Erling Haaland managed to find his way through. Somehow goes in between the 2 players. Great save though from the goalkeeper. Seems as though Norway slightly building into this game after an early spell of pressure from Denmark.
At half-time, we will have a chat with both of the 2 players to maybe quiz them about their time in FIFA esports or about the national team that they are using currently. Chance again for Norway to get this ball forward.
Lovely play. On the edge of the box, broke down when it did find its way to Haaland. Couple of stiff overs near post shot. Always going wide, Brandon. How are you thinking about your word? Have you thought of any angles to get it in yet?
I won't lie to you. If there's been a few quiet moments on air, I've just been thinking lettuce. Can he cut the lettuce? Stay a bit of lettuce. I'm just thinking. Honestly, I'm on this blank at the moment. I mean, you've got a bit of hummus to talk about.
I'll get it in. Don't worry.
Here's a jump back goal. Once again. Jarstein in the net for Norway. Stands strong. No way through for Fredberg. Fredberg knocking on Norway's door time after time. As we said, netted 4 against them just a few days back. Martin Braithwaite. And in the end, no way through once again. 0-0 so far. As we said, best of 1 this game we are looking at. If you have just joined us.
Good tackle. But eNations might have just slipped in there.
As we said, we will chat to both of these 2 at half-time. Just ask them a few questions about the teams they're using as well, because if they have been playing these eNations Stay-and-Play friendlies over the last few days, I'm sure they would have practiced quite a lot with these national teams, any players that they are favouring in their starting 11. Chance now inside. Again, if that was just to land into the striker, Richard, that could have been 1-0 to Norway.
Just looking for that decisive ball, Brandon, really. That killer pass in the final third. Been a couple of chances, but still, as we come into injury time in this first half, nothing to separate the 2 sides. Haaland turns his man, smashes it into the back of the net. And just as I was talking, Erling Haaland breaks the deadlock in this eNations Stay-and-Play friendly.
He's the man of the moment, isn't he, in the footballing world? And on the virtual pitch, he is the player, I should say, to get Norway 1-0 up in this game. Both players have bad chances. You'd probably say Denmark the better of the chances, but a perfect time to score it. Just added time to come any second now. And that'll take us into half-time. Guys, just a quick one in that game. Obviously, Fredberg, so many chances created in that game, you're probably thinking to yourself that you should probably have a chance going 1-0 up. Talk to me about your Denmark team. What formation are you playing? Is there any kind of key players in there that have been really helpful to you?
Yeah, I probably should have scored a 1 or 2, but my formation is this in this game mode. 85 rated is actually the diamond from maybe FIFA 17 or something like that. In Ultimate Team, I'm playing 4-4-2, but in this game mode, I actually play the diamond with strikers as my backs. So quite offensive style.
Wait, you play strikers as your wing backs?
Yeah, exactly. Both of them.
I mean, they've got 91 pace.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm using them.
Andreas, what formation are you using in game?
Actually the same, and for the same reason. I'm also playing 4-2-3-1 in Ultimate Team, but here I feel you have to have more people around the box to create chances. So yeah.
Are you using strikers for wing backs?
No, not strikers on wing backs, but same formation. Not the backs as high up the pitch as Fredberg.
And a quick one as well, Andreas. Obviously 1-0 up at this moment in time. Talk to us about Haaland and the goal you scored, because it was a lovely passenger playing, and obviously a man that's been scoring a plenty of goals, not just for Norway, but for his club of choice in Borussia Dortmund. Break down this goal for us.
Yeah, you always have to try and find Haaland in the box. And when he gets it on the left foot, it's just to smash it in one of the corners. So yeah.
It was a very nice pass, wasn't it? It slipped him in. The only thing I can really similarise that to is a little bit of celery slipping into a nice bit of hummus.
Yeah.
There you go, tick that one off the commentary list. And guys, we're going to jump straight back into the second half now. I've got an absolute job on my hands in these next 45 minutes to try and whip out a lettuce line. But guys, good luck to you both. Thank you again so much for joining us, of course, from Norway and from Denmark. It's amazing what we've been able to put on here remotely. And Richard, that was smooth.
Well, it just came to me, really. I thought maybe I was looking for maybe some sort of stats coming at you thick and fast like hummus, but it came to me in the moment, and we ran with it. We've got 45 minutes to hear a lettuce-related line.
Oh, pressure. Back into this one, though. Norway leading by a 1-0. That goal coming on the stroke of half-time for Andreas Bakken from Norway. And if Norway were to win this, Richard, the last 3 times that these teams would have met on the virtual pitch, it will be 3 wins for Norway. Denmark yet to pick one up.
And now I'm seeing it. Poulsen in a right back for Denmark.
See Haaland involved there. I just thought it was quite interesting to see Fredberg saying that he's playing strikers on the wing back.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's literally for the page. You see Poulsen, the right back, aka right striker, getting forward there, supporting the attacks. But now you see that 4-1-2-1-2. You see how many red shirts are up there. Is it a red? We're going with maroon, maybe, or a burgundy, crimson.
As we know head-to-head, you get a 91 pace stat on any forward. That's why they're in Fredberg's team. But defensively, might not be the strongest chance for a second for Norway. And again, he will double his lead, Andreas. That I don't know if the keeper got anything onto that. I don't know if there was a hand on it or not.
Well, a lovely play inside, wasn't it? Played it from outside to inside yet again. And then just smashed in at that near post. You see into the custom tactics here as well. No changes going to be made for Andreas. 2-0 up. Absolutely loving life right now with 30 minutes left to play.
It's just been a completely different half as well for Denmark, this one. You can see how happy he is because they've never matched before.
lovely first time finish, wasn't he, Brandon? Straight past Kasper Schmeichel at his near post.
31 minutes left in this friendly. As we said, it would be 3-0 for wins for Norway. Andreas Bakken leading by 2-0. Do
you have any personal stories about either of these two countries, Brandon?
I've been to them both, and I'd love my time there. That's as big of a story I've got for you. Oh, this could be 3-0. This could be game over. He's offside, Haaland, if he can't get that card back, and big save.
When we did go to Norway, around December time, for the East Serien, first thing that stood out to me, very clean. Stepped off the plane into the airport. They had some good decorations around the Christmas time as well. I think there was maybe a couple of reindeers there, but a very good airport, efficient. I was through security in about 13 minutes.
I just don't know why he did the drag back there. That was an unbelievable chance to get himself back in this game. There's no way through for Fredberg. 20 minutes left. If you can forget the party invite for now, because...
John, we ain't got time for that. We're in a friendly.
Trying to pull that back. Poulsen at fullback. You're asking why? All over the pot. We'll catch up with both of these winners, or both these players, should say, one of them being a winner at the end of this game.
A little bit more.
I mean, it's just full of attackers. You can understand why he's put Braithwaite in the centre midfield as well.
Come on,
chance
man.
Inside, back to
more.
goal, and keeper. And as strong as a lettuce leaf there. Couldn't even get anything on that. He tried to.
Dear. Oh, dear. No, I'll let you have it. I'll let you have it. It's a great first-time fake shot into the near post. Smash past him. And as strong as a lettuce leaf.
I mean, let's be honest, Richard, 15 minutes. You can't see the sun, but I'm sweating.
I could just see it going back to all the rest of the guys, and you just going, lettuce!
I mean, to be fair, shout out to Mark Hatcher. He did say, Fredberg could say, let us in, let us in. But let us in, let us in. That was good. I didn't want to steal it, though. Credit where it is due, though, Mr. Mark Hatcher. I like that one. Just 12 minutes left. Tell you what, there's plenty of time left for an equaliser in this game. Everyone back for Denmark. 11 red shirts behind the ball. Can they do enough, though, to break up the play? Norway do very well. Finally, there is that chance for him. And now we can break again. Schön into Braithwaite, and we can break forward for Denmark. Poulsen, can he find that through ball? He'll be onside as well. Braithwaite to get that 2-2. Come back inside, and there's that bit of passion that Fredberg always delivers, whether it's at home or on the big stage. Game on.
What a comeback for Fredberg. Clearly those changes that he has made with 20 minutes left to go have paid the difference here. And now probably going looking for a winner. The change formation from a 4-1-2-1-2 into a 4-2-3-1 for Norway. I think that's Josh King coming on at central attacking midfielder in the 4-2-3-1. Let's see, are we going to get a winner, or will it be a point apiece?
Yeah, what a goal it was. It's certainly been coming for Fredberg in this game. But on the other side of that, if you're Andreas right now, Rich, you've just let a 2-0 lead slip.
This is really... We talked about it earlier, Brandon. The composure, and even Fredberg said it himself. He can deal with the nerves. He's good at dealing with the nerves. Might only be a friendly, but when you've got commentary booming in your headphones, when you've got people watching online, there is that element of a performance needed, it can potentially get the better of you.
Just 2 minutes left, plus additional time. Chance for Norway. Can they find that through ball? It was triggered, but didn't want to use it. Instead of a couple of drag backs into Haaland. I thought he was going to be offside, but apparently still on.
No.
Wrong pass, you know it. And a chance to break for Denmark now. Braithwaite. He was clinical in that second goal. The drag back, and they had to offer an outlet for him. There he is again. And it looks as if, Richard, this might be a draw between these two nations. Some of the most competitive nations when it comes to FIFA esports, unless I could be proven wrong here in the dying moments. The time has been played, and that will be full time. I don't think you can play golden goal, can you? It just ends the draw, doesn't it, boys?
It will end the draw, I'm pretty sure.
We can play golden goal after.
I think we'll... What do you want to do? Do you want to end it as a draw, or do you want to golden goal and find a winner?
Let's do a golden goal.
Golden goal?
There you go.
Golden goal it is.
Okay.
I offer it.
Yeah, I'm
for sure. You guys can, of course, jump back into another game. Maybe we could do a 4-box as well and speak to you guys while you're loading into your second game now, and just ask you about, first and foremost, Fredberg. We can see in the background you got your Danish shirts, of course, that you've worn when representing your country. What's it like to represent your country? Whether it's not football, whether it's on the virtual pitch as well, whether it's esports. What's it like to represent Denmark?
It's quite special. It's a feeling that can't even be described. My first experience with the Danish national team was actually against Norway in the Nordic Championship, and we won that tournament, so it was a special, fantastic feeling.
Andreas,
amazing.
You're 2-0 up with 20 minutes to play. What happened?
He starts to press, and he pressed very well, and I get a bit of nerves, especially when he gets the first goal there, and he get the momentum in the match. So, yeah, not so happy with that, but we move.
Well, again, you gave us a fantastic game, didn't they, Richard, over the 90 minutes there. If you guys are ready to jump back into golden goal, we'll jump into it as soon as you guys are ready, and we'll commentate on the action, of course. 2-2 after 90 minutes. Fredberg coming back from being 2 goals down, Richard. It really is all to play for now in golden goal.
Yeah, fantastic comeback from Fredberg. Without any further ado, let's get right into golden goal, and we'll find a winner here in the eNations Stay and Play Friendly. This is friendly number 1 of your 2 live games here this evening. Is it going to be Norway or Denmark?
Just a quick one. Andreas and Fredberg, whoever scores, I want to see a good celebration, please.
Okay. I can promise you that.
On camera, not in game, on camera, please. Here we go. Denmark, Norway. I mean, Richard, what would your celebration of choice be?
I quite like a snow angel.
Weather permitting.
Pardon?
Weather permitted?
I mean, it can be a snow angel, it can be a carpet angel. If it's a goal worth scoring, it's a goal worth celebrating, I'm getting down. With Denmark kicking from left to right in the red strip, and Norway from right to left in the white. It's Fredberg getting us underway with kickoff. See if he can make it pay here.
Well, if you remember rightly, Richard, it was Fredberg the better of the 2, as he just has here. That was the chance for him to snatch the early goal.
Lovely first-time fake shot. Gone for a finesse. Looking to just bend it into that top left corner. Not enough whip on it. A good save from the goalkeeper. Short corner, played into the box. Dolberg onto the edge. Martin Braithwaite, half a drag back into Skåne. No jamming cream on this occasion. Put onto the edge. Christian Eriksen picks it up.
A chance to try and get that ball forward as well. So patient in the build-up is Fredberg. Holberg with it. There's that chance. Once again, defended well by Norway, but Norway certainly feeling the pressure. Can they get that ball straight back down the other end?
It was slightly rushed a little bit for me. that chance. I felt as though he could have taken an extra touch. Fredberg. Sort of been on top though, Brandon, as you said.
Here is that chance now for Norway. Can he find that comeback? Here is that chance. Back to goal. Alan maybe with a shot. It's defended well. Half defended well by Denmark, and in the end, really well recovered by Cornelius. I'm expecting a wild celebration if whoever's can bag the goal in golden goal.
This game's going on a little bit now.
Again, just no way through. As we mentioned, Fredberg playing strikers at fullback in this game in the 85 head-to-head rated mode. They do a few 91 pace, any striker. That is why he's packed his starting 11 full of them. Here's Haaland now. Chance, Norway. And they finish. Again, it's defended. Just feel like, Richard, this is going to be one of those games that goes on and on and on in golden goal.
20 minutes gone. Still waiting for a goal in this golden goal scenario.
Eriksson. And of course, in golden goal, you score, you win. And that'll be the end of the game. Chance now, once again, it's defended very well by Norway. Blocks everywhere, bodies being thrown. A corner played short. Can Denmark find a way through edge of the box? Martin Braithwaite, and apparently we're going back for an offside call.
I'm just going to let you know, guys. We are looking for a goal.
Give me 10 seconds. 10 seconds, you got a goal.
10 seconds. 9, 8, 7.
Okay.
Don't feel the pressure. Come on, Andreas. Now, you're on your count now. 15, 14, 13. Oh, which panicking the more, if anything, Richard. I mean, this is what you get when you get two of the best FIFA players from their nations going up against each other. You always expected to have a tightly contested game. I thought Fredberg for a minute was going to throw the game away.
How's that 10 seconds looking, Fredberg?
You got it. You got it. No. You still got it.
He's promising us everything.
This is the chance. Oh.
Give me 5 minutes.
Okay, right, we'll go from 10 seconds to 5 minutes now. Hopefully in-game time of 5 minutes. And we might get a winner within the first half.
Could be Andreas Haaland. Busting a gut down that left-hand side. Yunusi played into as far as Dalsgaard.
That was probably the most fun I've had this year, commentating on the E-Serie with you. Just all these Norwegian pronunciations that I enjoyed Richard pronouncing.
People pay for that sort of etiquette.
Just offside. Come on, Fredberg, you've got about 2 minutes left for this. Or can Andreas snatch a goal within this first half? Golden goal in the first game did finish 2-2, all square. I mean, Andreas did go 2-0 up. We can't forget that, Richard, in the first leg.
This is the chance. No, it's not.
Stop getting me excited.
Oh, he's in.
Chance. Haaland's there as well. Or not. Well defended. I think we're going to go just straight into the second half as well, gentlemen.
Yeah, no interviews.
All right.
Not been much to talk about in this first half. 45 minutes coming up here. Chance here on the end of half-time. Braithwaite back into Højbjerg.
Go on, here's a goal. Give us a goal. Counter-attack for Norway.
Hold that phone.
Space on the left-hand side.
It's definitely not ringing.
Never-ending game, huh? Never-ending game.
Definitely not ringing. Definitely not ringing. But again,
I mean,
with the first half there between these two. Boys, feel free to jump straight back into the second half when you can. We are waiting for that golden goal winner.
What?
Just go straight through.
All right. All right.
Here we go. Who's got kickoff? Andreas.
Not me, unfortunately. Now I got
There you
kickoff.
go.
The question I want from both of you, who's going to score your goal? Is it going to be Haaland? Is it going to be Braithwaite?
I'm going with Yusuf Poulsen.
Poulsen, okay.
Poulsen on right back.
My right back.
Maybe a cross
he
at the back post, Richard.
Hold on, look at that mini-map. White shirts fleeing forward. Poulsen has forgot he's playing right back. He's left in the dark.
Come on.
Now he's coming. Look
Andreas,
at Yusuf.
who's going to score your goal?
Watch
Who's going to
out,
score your
coming,
goal?
boys.
Tell you what,
Watch
he
out.
is sprinting.
I'll tell you what, Poulsen, he's on that back line. Look at him, far right hand side.
Come on.
Eriksson now, chance for Denmark. Back to goal.
No!
Is that the chance?
Oh! Oh. That could be a winner though. In the air. Incorrect. Chance to counter-attack here for Andreas. 2 against 2 at the back there if he plays this correctly. Back into eNations.
Norway. Now eNations on the edge of the box. Which way can he go? Sorloth able just to link back inside. Move the forward. 60 minutes gone. We're nearly 2/3 into this golden goal game now. I said it was going to go that extra mile. Here's that chance. Martin Braithwaite. A call for a Martin Braithwaite goal. Finish it off the post. There just won't be a goal in this game.
That's unlucky.
Anything to add on that, Richard? Or
I'm just trying to see if there is any room in the back.
chance?
Gap.
Norway.
Sorloth.
There it is. Pass it.
Where are you turning to? It's not a merry-go-round. Go straight.
And of course, if we are all square at 90 minutes played in this game, it will be a draw between these two nations of Denmark and Norway. After 2 games of FIFA, Richard, they'll all be square still. That 2-2 in the first game and that golden goal period, which is currently being played for 65 minutes without a goal. Here come Norway again.
Chance.
Now eNations back to Haaland.
I think the 3-star skill maximum cap is certainly hampering both players' creativity in the final third.
Go on, Poulsen. Look at him go.
He's coming.
It's Poulsen. He's coming. Is he going to score? Poulsen.
Oh, well read.
No, back. You complicated it, Fredberg.
Just press circle.
We go back down the other end now. Chance for Norway.
Is he?
No,
No, he's not.
He's defended well.
Tell you what, Cornelius at the back. Outstanding game for that young man.
It's the best chance we've seen from Poulsen that right-hand side. He's making that run again. You can see it. Just offside now. Needs to get himself back onside. You can still see him on the far-hand side of your screen. Can he find him? We just kind of acts as a decoy on that left back. Strong. Chance, Denmark. Once again defended well by Norway.
I think you should both go all-out attack for the last 15 minutes so we get a goal.
There's too much on the line, Richard.
Both team press.
National pride.
Team press.
Okay.
Team press. We're doing it.
Love it.
Yeah, team press. Team press.
Here we go then. Fredberg probably with a slight advantage as he's attacking during this, but he'll have to defend it. Chance for Dolberg. Again, it's defended well though. Now Norway will get their chance. You can see how high the defenders are.
All that space.
So much space now. There must be a goal. Poulsen would be offside. If it does hit him, I'm pretty sure. No, he's onside. Chance for Denmark.
Not Poulsen.
Poulsen, no! Poulsen, no!
Poulsen!
We hit the right post. Are we going to hit the crossbar next?
He's got my pulse accelerated. Chance. Slide him in.
Sorloth. Cornelius again. This man is everywhere. I think he's playing left back, but he's been everywhere. Chance for Norway. Norway through into the last 5 minutes of this golden goal game. As we said, if it does remain goalless, it will end as a draw this match. Or is there going to be a chance? Look at the red shirts running forward, Richard. There has to be a chance here for Denmark. No.
Or is it going to be for Norway? Three minutes remaining. Sorloth.
He's got no energy
Norman
left.
gives it away. Back to Denmark.
Come on.
Go on, Denmark. Chance. Dolberg. Step over. He's running away from goal. He's running back inside. Charleston are collecting, Richard. I honestly don't think we're going to be able to separate these two in golden goal.
This will be a draw.
A 0-0 stalemate. Tell you what, there has been chances.
Oh, what is going on?
Either way. And guys, thank you so much for getting involved. The 0-0 in golden goal, of course, after that 2-2 thriller. What happened? Fredberg, we just couldn't find the goal in that game.
Yeah, I just hit the post all the time.
That was crazy.
Guys, a great game of FIFA for the neutral. It had everything in it. But that's enough for game one here. Thank you to Andreas and to Fredberg. I hope you guys are staying safe and staying active as well. Back over to Layla, Spencer, Mark and Dan, joined by myself, Richard and Brandon.
Thank you. Thank you. Great game. Not sure what can be said for the challenge for the commentary team. I mean, the first goal that broke the deadlock described as celery sliding into hummus by Richard Buckley. Spencer, tell me your thoughts on the commentary challenge.
Well, they got the words in first and foremost, and well done to them. I don't think they quite grasped the challenge. The idea is you sneak a word in. You don't talk about the whole time going, how am I going to say let it? It's not quite how it works. I think what would be a better game for these boys, particularly for Richard, is if they choose a word they're going to sneak in themselves, write it down before the game, and then we have to work out which one it is. Because Richard says about 50 nonsensical words a game anyway. But I've got some sound effects. I've got some sound effects with me, Layla, for today's show. And I've got a commentary piece from Richard and from Brandon. I'm going to play the voice of the winner of that challenge, in my opinion. Let's see who's going to get the win. Have a little bit of a drum roll.
He's just slippery like a snake, but wise like an otter.
Slippery like a snake, wise like an otter. Richard is the winner. Brandon, you are defeated. But if you had one, I would have played this.
That is a goal.
Amazing. The power is in your hands now, Spencer. That is the best thing I've ever seen. We have a guest now because we could talk about the commentary forever, but I think it's appropriate that we get serious again. Beast Mode, Adebayo Akinfenwa is on the line. Hello, my friend.
That's cool life for me. I've kind of, it's become the new normal. And before this happened, I was always on the go. So it's kind of nice to slow down and kind of enjoy the family. I didn't realize like my kids were this fun until I spent like 4 weeks back to back with them. You know what I mean? So, but listen, it's been okay. I don't get it twisted. I'm itching and I want it to go back to normality and I want to get out there and play some football. But listen, I can't complain. The family's healthy, and that's all I can really ask for.
Hey, Spencer here, mate. Good to see you. I wanted to ask you, because we heard from one of our pro FIFA players earlier in the show about what it's like as a FIFA player right now. But as a footballer, you touched on it there. How much are you not worried or concerned might not be the right word, but kind of, like you said, itching to get back and finding out first and foremost what's going to happen to your season with Wickham, but then obviously planning ahead. And I hope you don't mind me saying you're someone who is at the latter stage of your career.
That's a nice way to put it, Spence. You're lucky. That's a nice way to put it.
You're still smashing it, mate. You're still smashing it. But because of that, obviously time is of the essence. And like, does it feel like every month that goes by you're not playing football, it hurts that extra bit?
All right.
Plutselig med Andreas Bakken på plass. Jeg skal bare få ordnet dette her, sånn. Ja.
Yes.
2 intense kamper.
Ja, det var intense kamper. Det var gøy da. Veldig gøy, jeg koste meg.
Ja, så bra. Det så sånn ut. 2-2 i første kamp. 2-0-ledelse. Litt surt å slippe den, eller?
Ja, det var surt. Jeg føler jeg burde gått opp i 3-0 der også. Jeg var 2 som kom alene med keeper der. Hvis det hadde blitt 3-0 der, så hadde kampen vært helt avgjort.
Ja.
Så går han tilbake som 1 eller 2 angrep etterpå og skårer.
Vi hadde jo et par kamper for noen timer siden for å forberede deg litt. Følte du at det var nyttig? Altså, det så ut som at du hadde litt mer kontroll på han enn vi hadde sist når vi møtte han.
Ja, jo, det hjelper veldig, og siden man spiller jo som regel Ultimate Team, sånn til vanlig, så å få inn, det er ikke så mange som tenker helt over det, men FIFA har veldig mye med timing å gjøre sånn. Folk tenker veldig på at de skal kunne de skill movesa, at de skal kunne det triks eller et eller annet sånt, eller spille den og den formasjonen. Men akkurat timinga er så ekstremt viktig, og i 85 så er timinga ganske annerledes enn i Ultimate Team, så du må spille en del kamper for å komme ordentlig inn i det, og ja, føle spillerne litt ordentlig.
Ja, nei, det er veldig, veldig godt poeng det. Og så i kamp 2 der så var det store sjanser egentlig begge veien. Jeg sitter her og liksom roper skyt, men så er det...
Ja, han vant jo skuddstatistikken, men jeg følte det var... Han hadde litt flere sjanser, det kan jeg være enig i, men jeg hadde mye sånn, store sjanser, store sånn, nesten målmuligheter. Sånn, siste passninger, det var noen der hvor jeg liksom... Jeg spilte til feil spiller i akkurat det avgjørende øyeblikket, og sånn, selv om jeg egentlig prøvde å treffe han andre, så plutselig gikk han tilbake til en defensiv midt eller noe sånt. Det var sånn, det var veldig nær på. Men å ta med seg det at jeg leder 2-0 mot Fredberg, det er helt sykt. Han er en helt vilt god spiller, og vi så han slo Rasmussen 4-1, selv om jeg føler det resultatet løy litt også. Det var også en ganske jevn kamp. Men ja, han er jo en av de aller beste FIFA-spillerne der ute, rett og slett.
Ja, og det overrasker meg egentlig hvor kanskje undervurdert han er da. Eller hvorfor han er også overrasket på at han er så langt ned på lista og på FIFA GG. For han er jo...
Det er sant. Han er en av de beste, og han har vært det lenge. Han har vært i gamet lenge, så... Nei, det var gøy. Jeg har aldri spilt mot han før, så jeg synes det var veldig gøy å spille mot han og prøve meg mot han. Jeg følte jeg gjorde en god figur, spesielt i første kampen.
Ja, absolutt. Og du opprettholder jo statistikken vår da, ved å være ubeseiret mot Danmark, i hvert fall på FIFA 20, og det er jo viktig.
Så var det gøy å få 2 hele kamper, det var fint. For han så, det var så mange som så på den sendingen også. Hvor mye tror du det kan ha vært? Jeg tror det var sånn 14 000 eller noe som så på Twitch-streamen de sin på FIFA sin.
Ja, såpass, ja. Det er...
14 000 der, og så har de Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. Det er helt sykt.
Og ikke minst de 50
lojale
som nå er nede 24 på Twitch, i hvert fall her. Ja, men bra. Vi skal ikke bruke så mye lengre tid, men hva er planen for helgen? Når skal du spille kampene dine?
Nei, jeg tenkte egentlig å fyre opp en stream nå om litt og begynne litt på Weekend League. Så får vi se hvor lenge jeg holder på i kveld, og så ta noen i morgen tidlig, og så tenkte jeg å dra ut på Flekkerøya på en hytte der, og så skal jeg være ute der og chille resten av helga og jobbe litt med skole, nyte litt, slappe av, få litt ro fra Weekend League og FIFA, og så får vi se om jeg har noen kamper igjen på slutten på søndag, eller hva som skjer. Så,
Det høres bra ut. Veldig, veldig bra innsats, Andreas. Og så takk for at du var med, og takk til alle dere der hjemme som også fulgte med. Hvis dere vil se mer landslagsfotball, så det Peru-Mexico nå på FIFA sine kanaler. Da må dere gå inn der og se selv. Det FIFA World Cup, eller eWorld Cup på Twitch, eller FIFA TV på YouTube. Så takker vi for nå. Ha det.
Ha det godt.